October 29th, day 3 on the clean. Worked out this morning. Did upper body, which primarily consisted of kettlebell seesaw presses and some close grip benches and some ring push-ups and some T-bar rows and some pull downs and a bunch of arm crap. Then went to work for about 4.5, 5 hours. And I'm taking the rest of the afternoon to go out to the barn and make it day 3 of this crap. Hopefully I will get the place cleaned up in some sufficient manner within the next 2 days. My goal was to have it done before Halloween. That's just a self-imposed date for myself. Continue with working out every day, cardio, body weight's stuck at 267 to 269. Can't seem to drop any additional weight, and I've cut out all the crap. I guess I'm just going to have to eat less. You know, I'm really liking my nuts, cashews and almonds and pecans and those sort of things. And I guess I'm going to have to cut that out now in order to get the rest of this weight off. Yeah, getting old sucks because you have to do more with less, but it's part of life, and move on and make the most of it. So we'll see where this takes us. Some progress on the muscle hauler, my springboard stand. I actually can do a 3-board tree here if I so chose. Doesn't mean I am ever going to, but at least I could. Just cleaning this corner out, make room for a second underhand cradle. I got rid of that freaking treadmill that I never used. I just got to find a way to dispose of it. Got to store the axe boxes underneath the landing on the steps, platform, keep everything consolidated. I'm actually going to use this Atlas stone as part of the cardio training. It's only 100 kilos. It's not that it's anything huge. I'm going to put a second stand-on block stand here. Here's raw single buck, but I'm going to need some help getting the log on there. And I'm going to hopefully eventually park the gator on this side. So, you get asked all the time about how a person should weight train for timber sports. And the reality of the situation is that you're an athlete first and foremost. Once you accept the fact that you're an athlete in a particular skill-based sport, you need to concentrate on the skills. I will say this, being stronger makes things a lot easier. And so strength is important. I've always said that it's easier to train someone who's big and strong than it is to train someone who is not. And the reason why is that strength and size and athleticism are the key things that make a successful timber sports athlete. However, you must master the skills. Now, with that having been said, you need to do a personal inventory to see what you're lacking. For example, myself, at this stage of my life, I have an overabundance of strength. I have I'm 5'10", 270 pounds. I can still, you give me 10 to 12 weeks, I could still deadlift 800 pounds. I could probably bench press in excess of 400. You give me 10 to 12 weeks to train for it. But that gets me nowhere in regards to swinging an axe or pushing a crosscut saw. And so at this stage of my life, I'm almost 50 years old, I need to trim down. I need to lose some weight, hopefully regain some quickness, get rid of the excess body size, and because you only need to be so strong in order to deliver an axe and a saw. Now, that being said, I will tell you this, it is my opinion that physical strength is extremely important with the single or one-man crosscut. That's an event where being strong pays tons of dividends. So I probably will suffer next year with the single buck, but not that bad. You know, I'll still be competitive, but I'm hoping that the lost weight will improve, and the hopefully improved quickness will improve my springboard and my other events. I can already tell a difference with my gut being out of the way with the standing block. Now, If you are lacking quickness, again, going back to your personal inventory, if you're lacking quickness, you can do movements called plyometrics, which are explosive-based movements. Simply do a YouTube search on PLOY metric. And there's anyway, going back to your personal inventory, if you're not strong, then the type of weight training that would work for you would be an athletic-based system where you focus on the fundamentals, which includes the squat, bench press, overhead press, and the deadlift. Those are the movements you should do. You should not try to replace the chopping or sawing movements with cables or anything else like that. That sort of crap is skill, and all you're going to do is screw things up by using those sort of implements to simulate the movement of the handle or the axe handle or the crosscut saw handle. It's just going to screw things up. It's not the same. You need to master the skill and strengthen your body around that skill set. If you are lacking explosive strength, then you again probably want to try doing some power cleans and some power snatches. You can even do some of those gay CrossFit kipping pull-ups that I totally am averse to because of my age and torn rotator cuff that I had repaired last year. There's a lot of that ballistic style of training is fantastic for power recruitment and making your body used to applying force at a very short time frame and explosively, but it's really hard on the body. It's not for people with a lot of mileage on their bodies, and especially not for people who have got some years on their body. If you're an older athlete and you want to just make yourself fitter, I got to tell you, if you want to do it in the gym, do strongman type training, farmer's carries, prowler pushes, weighted carries, axle clean and press. Those type of movements will make you tougher, and there's not as much exposure to injury to the joints. And strongman training is wonderful training for this stuff. It has wonderful crossover because it requires you to put forth enough force and concentrate on what you're doing while getting your heart rate up and maintaining it for up to a minute, if not more. And that's what we really need when we're looking at using an axe or using a crosscut saw. If we've got enough wind with power recruitment that can last 60 to 90 seconds, that will entail just about every race that we do on this planet, with the exception of the events over in Spain, which takes a totally different type of training. I mean, that's all skill there. That's all skill and event training, and maybe some running or something that I'm averse to. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents worth. If anyone's got any specific questions on things, if you want to put forth or tell me what you're lacking in, I'll be more than happy to address it with a follow-up video individually. Just shit, I'm driving. I can do this crap all day. Anyway, have a good one.